everybody. So this lighting is kind of weird. Sorry, computer screen and all that. So this video is going to be a little different than what we usually have, but I just wanted to take this time and say thank you. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. This is a big milestone for us, although it took me a lot longer than I'm proud of to reach it. But thank you so much anyways. We do have a special in the works. We're going to try to get a bunch of guests. We're going to have a game show. We're going to have a t-shirt giveaway. We're going to have some other contests probably. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully I can get a lot of people together and hopefully you guys enjoy. I want to give back some of the appreciation that we've gotten, because we would not be here without you. I know that's incredibly cliche, but we really wouldn't. We really would not be doing this stuff if people were not watching. So thank you so much. I'll just turn down the brightness. That'll do it. So aside from the thank you I wanted to give to all of our subscribers, I also wanted to tell the story of how I became an atheist and why I stayed an atheist. So I was raised in a Jewish household, but with my parents it was pretty secular, very laissez-faire on the whole religion thing. But my grandparents were very religious. They were the kind of Orthodox Jews that wanted me to go through with all those silly traditions, you know, like a bar mitzvah, which I had left religion before I turned 13, so no bar mitzvah for me. And I was a disappointment to my grandparents, and it felt great. So up until the time I was 12, I actually did believe in God and believed in the Torah, even though I had never actually read the Torah. I was just told a bunch of stories about it. I was like, oh, obviously that's how it happened. My elders think so, so obviously that must be the case. So when I was 12, I started perusing these science and religious forums, and I became very interested in the debate and the discussion. I was looking at both sides, and I was beginning to realize that my beliefs were not founded on anything. My belief was just that. It was just pure faith, and it was bad. So I decided I had no good reason to believe in any of it, so I stopped believing in all of it. Then, in 2008, I got on YouTube. I got my first YouTube channel. It was awful. It doesn't exist anymore. It was just vlogging and me telling stupid stories from school. It was really cringy. I will never allow any information on that other than what I just told you. In 2008, I discovered people like Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Raw and TJ Kirk, the amazing atheist. And I absolutely love these guys. Their takedowns of religion were fantastic. And shortly after that, I started reading Harris and Dennett and Hitchens and Dawkins, and it blew my fucking mind. I mean, the amount of information was just fantastic. I could not believe that there was this much to learn about the universe. I didn't even have a clue. And it was kind of a intellectual awakening. It was when I really figured out I wanted to know more. In fact, I wanted to know everything. Now, of course, I can't know everything, neither can you, neither can anybody else, but I can try. I can try to learn as much as I can, and at that point I decided that's what I want to do. I want to learn as much as I can. So then, in 2009, I started my first atheist YouTube channel. It was The Russian Atheist. And it actually got up to like 1,000 subscribers, which at the time wasn't really that bad. But most of those were from going on the most popular YouTube channel at the time and just going onto their feed, their channel discussion, I guess, and just writing S for S, S for S, S for S, or sub for sub, and people will subscribe to you, you subscribe to them, and you inflate your numbers that way. And that was cheating, and that was bad. I have not done that since. And I am very happy with where I am now, not cheating. I actually deleted that channel later because I became a nihilist, and I was like, oh, I can't be an atheist and a nihilist, which was stupid of me because yes, you can. I was just really dumb and had a bad understanding of atheism and nihilism. So I got rid of that channel and started The Russian Nihilist, which is actually a channel that still exists. You can go look it up and cringe at how bad the stuff was on there. Like, I mean, it's really bad. And actually, that's another little nugget of what you're going to see at the special. You're going to see us reviewing our old videos, including some of the stuff from the Russian Nihilist channel. That channel only got up to about like 450 subscribers, and it's been like slowly going down ever since I stopped using it. I actually forgot the password. I couldn't even log into that. So to make me feel better, when I first started getting back into YouTube, after years of not posting anything, I couldn't log into the channel, so I created this one, Milwaukee Atheists. Over the course of 2009 and 2014, I had a lot of different channels where I was trying lots of different things. Some of them were concentrating on comedy, some of them were concentrating on magic, like magic tricks, not the stuff Ruben likes to talk about. But I was concentrating on all sorts of weird things, and I was trying to have channels with other friends where we tried to do something cool, and it never really went anywhere, and it fucking sucked. But eventually I landed on this. So when I first started Milwaukee Atheists, it was under the atheist community of Milwaukee, and that was too long, so we just changed the whole thing to Milwaukee Atheists. It was just better that way. So I started this channel at the end of 2014, and then I actually got in contact with the guys that run Mythicist Milwaukee, and they wanted me to help put on their conference, the first one that they were having, the first MythCon. And I helped with that one, and it was fantastic. We had Richard Carrier there as our keynote speaker, and we had Arthur and Elena George there, and then another speaker that I forget. Oh, wait, I remember. It was James Kirkwall. That was the other speaker. So this was actually a whole other kind of intellectual awakening for me. Before that point, I had kind of been keeping up with all the creationist atheist debates on YouTube for forever. And I was already really interested in science and philosophy, but I was never really into history and mythology all that much. Like, when I first watched it, I loved Zeitgeist because I didn't understand where all the problems were. And then, at the conference, there were 2 books that I bought, along with watching the subsequent speeches on those books. There were 2 books that I got. The first one I got was The Mythology of Eden by Arthur and Elena George. And this is a huge corpus. It has a lot of fantastic information, and it goes really in depth into the mythology of Eden. Pretty self-explanatory. And I thought it was fantastic. I actually have to reread this because I haven't read it since then. The other book I got was Richard Carrier's On the Historicity of Jesus. This is another huge tome of information. Every page you learn something new, and it is ridiculously good. It is a lot of great scholarship all in one place. And it's still one of my favorite books. It's definitely in the top 3 that I've ever read. It's absolutely fantastic. And I still use it as a source for some videos whenever applicable. But with those 2 books, I really became interested in mythology, history, and the history of mythology. And that's kind of where I've been going ever since. If you see the content on my channel, it kind of went from me doing science and philosophy stuff to more history stuff, while Chris does, or he did, I should say, the science stuff, and Ruben does the mysticism stuff, which is kind of cool. I'm interested in that too. I think it's pretty interesting. Since I'm very interested in this stuff, and since I don't, as of right now, have a degree in any of this, there are people who just don't want to hear what I say because I am technically not qualified to talk about it. But because I'm already into this stuff, I decided I will be going back to school. They still have to get back to me on some of it, but I've already applied for everything. I'm just waiting for the response from the school. And just in case you're wondering and haven't seen Atheist Sunday School, I'm going to be going to school for religious studies. So I'm going to be learning biblical Greek, biblical Hebrew, and a bunch of other stuff. Just everything about these topics. I will mostly be concentrating on Christianity and Judaism, however. Maybe if I get the interest or have the time, I will also do stuff on Islam. But I think this will really help me complete the book that I'm working on of Heathens and Heresy. I am done with the first chapter, and I am slowly getting through the second. But it's a very long book. There's a lot of research that I have to do, a lot of reading that I have to do. It's going to be enormous. So that's basically my story. I realized that everything I believed was wrong and actually not founded on any good reasoning, so I stopped believing it. And I started getting really interested in religion and philosophy and science and history, and it kept me out of religion. And one of the reasons I actually do read the Bible and research it as an atheist is because the best way to disprove the Bible is to study it. The more I study and read that book, the more I know it doesn't accurately portray reality. And that's kind of what I've built this channel around at this point. But once again, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching us for this long. If you've even watched 2 of our videos, I think that's pretty good. That's an accomplishment. If I was able to entertain you for that long, fan-fucking-tastic. And hopefully we will have many more years together. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. Stay tuned for the 5,000 subscribers special. And if you like what we do, please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description. You get a lot of great rewards. And if you haven't watched it already, every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, we stream Atheist Sunday School. We read the Bible and we dissect it. From beginning to end, that's how we're reading it through. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's educational, sometimes it's a little bit of both. And hopefully you guys enjoy that show. Hopefully you guys enjoy the channel. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.